What's up, dude buddy guy? I'm Jaden Kuhlman. Happy July 9th, and it's that time again. My birthday twin, Taylor Swift, is back with yet another installment in the Taylor's Version saga, and it's hard to believe that we're only on the third in the series. It seems like it's been forever since we got the new version of Red in November of 2021. I always look forward to these re-recorded albums because not only is Taylor a much more skilled vocalist than she was at the beginning of her career, but I no longer have to support the limbo that her initial 6 albums have been thrown into. Speak Now was my first love in Taylor's discography and is what I consider to be the first major turning point in her career. It's the first album written entirely by herself, a response to the critics of her earlier records that didn't believe she could do it all on her own. Simplicity works in favor of the first 2 cuts on the album, Mine and Sparks Fly. The former being attached to an insanely iconic music video that is so inseparable and burned into my memory that every time I hear her sing "Braced Myself for the Goodbye" on the bridge, I always see her doing her defiant little wave. Back to December paints an appropriately winter-esque atmosphere and offers the refreshing viewpoint of Taylor taking the blame for the demise of her relationship. This is something she would explore on later tracks like Afterglow and Betty, but was rarely seen before this. The title track highlights the sheer creativity of these songs, describing a graduate-like scene of crashing a wedding to stop a guy from getting married. There's so much personality in the lyrics and performance of this one. It's great stuff. Next we have the hardest hitting track number 5 in Taylor's canon, the hauntingly dreary Dear John. I can't give this song enough credit. It's up there with All Too Well and the Mount Rushmore of Taylor's lyrical masterpieces. The spiritual successor to this song, Should've Would've Could've, showed us that this relationship still affects Taylor to this day, so it's no surprise that her new performance on this song is just as powerful as the original. You can still hear the pain in every word, especially on the bridge. I don't think this could possibly be a coincidence, but the lead guitar tone throughout the song sounds like something that could have easily come out of one of Mayer's 2-rock amps, and for his sake, thank God we didn't get a 10-minute version. The album makes a flawless transition into the endlessly charismatic Mean, another track that lets her personality shine through as she really sticks it to the man on this one. And the banjos on the intro really stick out in this new, clearer mix. The next 2 tracks have never really been my favorite, but to the Taylor's Version's credit, the abrasive lead guitar on the intro of The Story of Us has been toned down and is much more bearable as a result. Never Grow Up sounds nearly identical to the original, and much like the Taylor's version of 15, her being in her 30s offers a much more fitting perspective. Especially when she sings I Don't Want to Grow Up on the final chorus, moments like this give me a new appreciation for the song. A favorite of mine, Enchanted, shows Taylor's knack for lyrically varied choruses and includes one of my favorite bridges and refrains. We Have Misery Business at Home, aka Better Than Revenge, is the lowest point in the track list. Something tells me the label pushed Taylor to make her own pop-punk anthem. It just seems so forced and out of character. The Ugly Mattress line has been updated to something more tasteful, and this is the biggest change since the complete stylistic overhaul of Girl at Home on Red, Taylor's version. Better Than Revenge as well as the strings on Haunted are really the only moments on the album that feel like they're going on 15 years old, a true testament to the timelessness of these songs. 2 of my favorites come at the end with Last Kiss and Long Live. The childlike, fantastical lyrics of Long Live are offset by the emotionally mature and introspective bridge that bring the album to an explosive finish. Now we get into the most anticipated section of any Taylor's version, the vault tracks, and I must say, these are the most middling thus far. Electric Touch, When Emma Falls in Love, and I Can See You never really build into anything and all end rather abruptly. Castles Crumbling brings the long overdue collaboration with pop-punk queen Hayley Williams. While it features my favorite vocal melodies from this new group of tracks, both singers sound too similar, and Hayley isn't really given a chance to shine despite being given her own verse. The final chorus would have benefited from some distorted guitars and having Hayley sing in her powerful upper register, but alas, it never happens. Timeless has similar themes to Long Live, but never leans into them enough to be as compelling. However, lyrically it does have its moments, and I would say it's my favorite of the new tracks. These songs from the vault, which we have to assume were fully fleshed out at the original's release, make the lesser cuts on the main album seem more adventurous by comparison. I would choose Better Than Revenge over any of these because at least, for better or for worse, it's one of a kind. With that being said, Taylor should be really proud that she wrote these and so early in life. I will never stop being vocal about my love for Taylor Swift. I cannot wait for the Eras Tour. Good old California always gets the last few stops of the tour. Speak Now is a certified classic, among my favorites in her discography. If you would like to see my opinion on other Taylor Swift albums, you can check out my Taylor Swift tier list, or don't, you probably won't like what I have to say. Anyway, thanks for watching. I'm Jaden Kuhlman, and I will see you real soon.